Staying safe during the online holiday shopping season. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from Google is cybersecurity expert Michael Sinno. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Fred. Thank you very much for having me on.
Well, we appreciate you being here. Staying safe online while shopping is not always easy. There are so many scams out there, some tough to detect. Give us the overview to start out with.
Yeah, one of the hardest to detect is phishing attempts. Everybody from my mother to my daughters, my wife, everybody I know has been subjected to a phishing attempt at some point or another, and they're getting harder and harder to spot. You can see it via email, on your phone. I don't know if you've ever gotten those random text messages that ask you to click this link. But you know, the truth is 90% of data breaches start with phishing attempts. Even the big ones that you see in the news have generally started with that. But when you use Gmail, we block more than 100 million phishing attempts, but some slip through.
So what should people be looking for? Are there telltale signs?
There are in many cases you can, if you read the request, if someone's asking you, you know, please send me money or please click this link, if you read it, something will generally look off. But what you can also do is hover over the link instead of clicking it to see if the address looks right. And if you're not sure, call the person or the bank or business that sent it to you and ask them if they sent you this email before you click on it or give them any information.
And typically, if it's something to do with the government, they don't usually contact you that way, right?
Generally not. There was a big Social Security scam that was going on, and yeah, they would call and they would actually call people or email them and try to get their personal information. But you know, when in doubt, or if something looks too good to be true, always call the, you know, don't click the link, don't answer anybody's questions, call them back at a trusted number, especially with banks or the government, or even your friends. Sometimes a lot of people's emails will get hacked and your friends will send you things that look somewhat legit but are not.
One of the interesting things that you found is that Generation Z is very vulnerable. In fact, young people are 3 times more likely to fall victim than their grandparents.
That's correct. I think, you know, it's actually surprising, but I think it's our most internet literate generation. Therefore, they're online probably more than anyone else. So they're more apt to encounter these scams, and some are very hard to detect, as we see. But yeah, that is true. They are more likely. My daughter almost fell for one, but luckily she called me and said, "Hey, Dad, is this legitimate? Is this real?" And I looked at it and I said, "Absolutely not. Don't touch anything. Don't click it." So she's more aware now. But when in doubt, even call somebody you know or call a friend and ask.
And scammers, I understand, made $210 million off of people under 20 years old last year.
That's correct. That's correct. It's a surprising number, isn't it?
It is. So how can parents help? Kids often don't want to take their advice, I suppose, when it has anything to do with the internet.
Yeah, with kids, there is the Family Link app that parents can use to help monitor and manage their children's internet activity. And there's also now the Be Internet Awesome campaign at beinternetawesome.google.com that will help teach kids and others even about, you know, how to spot scams, how to be safe online. And we just announced a partnership with CISA, so the Cyber Infrastructure Security Agency, to additionally help people spot, you know, phishing and a number of other scams online, and that's available on our YouTube channel as well.
I don't know where these fall into the big picture, but when it comes to shopping for the holiday season, there are ads all over the place, whether it's in social media or through email, whatever, that are sound like really terrific products that you want to buy, but they're not always what they seem to be. So I guess it's buyer beware. I don't know what the best way to handle these are.
It absolutely is. If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. That old adage still holds here. if something looks insanely cheap or like the best deal ever, be very skeptical. That's not to say you won't find one. I mean, I found good deals on the internet at times too, but be very, very skeptical. And again, check the source, who's selling it. Is it a legitimate store, a legitimate retailer, or is it, something where you're going to either get your credit card number taken or, and never receive the product. So yeah, it's that holidays are prime time for online scams and fraud. And sometimes it's just to get your money, and sometimes it's just to steal your credit card number.
So for more info, where's the best place to go?
Safety.google.com.
Easy enough, safety.google.com. Michael Sinno, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you very much for having me on.